Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 72 of the TEW 2020 UJPW series here on the channel as a little Sunday edition. As I mainly wanted to put this out after All In, but also, just from the week that has been for just not only wrestling, but just a crazy, sad week. And as far as obviously, we want to start this episode off with the rest in peace to the fucking man, Bray Wyatt. Wyndham Rotunda, 36 years old, unreal. 8 years older than me. Crazy. Every kind of generation has this moment of seeing a performer, seeing somebody pass that just it's a ton of bricks, just it fucking kills you. And for this generation, I thought it was going to be Brody and Jay Briscoe passes earlier this year, and now with Bray Wyatt, unreal. I mean, just those, and Hannah Kimura. On top of that, this decade has been pretty goddamn shitty. As far as, we've lost a lot of great people. Far too soon. And for Bray, I mean, it's crazy that, I didn't really, it hit me just as far as, he's the first guy that I saw his entire run. As far as, besides his first year in FCW, when he gets called up for Season 2 of NXT, all that whole run, and then with kind of the new Nexus, but also at that time, he was still working FCW. And really what kind of opened my eyes, as far as this guy's actually got something, was he was doing a feud with Richie Steamboat towards the end of 2011 that really impressed me. It just seeing kind of man, this guy was born in the wrong era, as far as he was kind of meant for the late 70s, early 80s, just from his work, and I was very, very impressed with it. And it was just man, it sucks that they won't let him do, because him and Richie were doing false kind of stuff. He was, beating the piss out of him for a good couple of months. It was awesome. And Richie, was obviously perfect babyface for that. Just, keep on ticking type of thing, as far as I had that, Ricky, as far as obviously his dad and his incredible babyface. And he had that same type of kind of babyface fire. Not as great as his dad, but obviously, that's a tough mountain to climb there. But just seeing what he could do with that, it was finally just man, he's actually got something. That would be awesome if he can kind of figure something out. And, as far as a couple months later, that fucking repackaging and the Bray Wyatt was just, I mean, that was the talk of, that kind of the inner circle of people that were watching FCW. Because I started watching FCW around the summer of 2011, mainly because Moxley got signed. And I wanted to see what they were going to do with him. And I just figured, because also, too, they had a pretty good bunch of guys down there at that time. Rollins was there, Big E was there, Damian Sandow, and I really liked what he was doing after, because he'd been down there for a decade, and as far as he was someone that worked OVW, I think that he even worked Deep South, and then obviously FCW, he had been there forever, and just seeing what he was doing, but with Mox, it's just wow, that's going to be interesting what he does. So slowly, just watching FCW mainly because of that, but it ended up being pretty fun to watch, and that was definitely kind of the highlight, was seeing what he was doing, Husky was doing, and Richie was doing, and obviously with Moxley and Rollins, which was crazy to think, Tyler Black and John Moxley, that was always that'd be a fun ass match, and that was his third or fourth FCW television match. It was him and Rollins for that old Jack Briscoe 15. The old medal, which was actually an awesome gimmick. I actually really loved that. If you don't know, it was a time limit. It's 15 minutes, And it's like an Iron Man match, as far as, depending on, as far as first guy to get a pinfall potentially, gets the win. But there'd be times it'd be a time limit. It'd be 15 minutes, nobody's got a pin. So it's like, all right, we didn't see a title change here. Both guys had a draw next week on television, and we're gonna see a 20-minute time limit for the FCW 15. And if that was a time limit draw, then it was like, all right, 30. Just kind of the way you could build up TV like that. I always thought that was a pretty awesome idea. They did that, with Rollins and Moxley, which went over really well at the time. I haven't seen that stuff since then, so I don't know if it holds up. But also Liaki, fucking Roman, that was another kind of just like, man, that guy's. I never really. It was funny, with him, as far as I never thought he was going to be like a top. I wouldn't say top. Obviously, I saw that he had the tools. But it really wasn't until mainly towards the end of when he was slowly doing stuff on NXT, doing promo stuff, because he really didn't do promo stuff in FCW at that time. I was just thinking, because I don't think I saw him cut a single promo. It was very funny during that whole kind of year and a half from midway of 2011 and into 2012 until obviously NXT started when they closed down FCW. But as far as that Bray Wyatt character, if you obviously from a performer perspective with Bray, definitely one of the most creative minds ever, but obviously of this generation, definitely the guy. As far as if you obviously there was some stuff that didn't always land, which is you're gonna take some swings at the plate, you're gonna strike out some, and that's fine, but you have to respect that this man, what he put into everything in his craft. The story, I forget where it was where they talked about this, but the story of him picking out his theme when down in FCW, they just had a database of songs that you could choose. Mainly it was stuff that they had in the library, speaking of Moxley, he used Jerry Lynn's theme, which was an awesome fitting. I was like, that fucking rules. Claudio, when he got signed that September, he used Dean Malenko's theme, which is kind of funny because obviously, once it gets called to the main roster, they kind of used that same version but did a little remix. But as far as with him, he went through, I think he was literally days and days of looking for stuff. Because it was on FCW, FCW TV, it was the Sunshine Sport Network. It was basically just ran Tampa and Orlando, I think. It was if you had a local channel there, and somebody, I'm not sure who, but some kind soul was uploading it to YouTube and Daily Motion, and that's how I was watching it. But they, obviously you needed to have something that would be able to clear, as far as copyright stuff. So they had just a database of stuff that not only they owned, but kind of stuff that was kind of on SoundCloud, but didn't have rights to it. And he listened through the whole database damn near until he finally found that goddamn song. I cannot, but just from that dedication alone, that he knew that he wanted everything to be perfect with this character. He wanted everything to the last and minute details to be perfect. Unreal. That debut promo that he had. Because crazy. From what I remember, I thought he'd been off TV for a while, but he'd only been off TV for a month as Husky Harris into the change to Bray Wyatt, and just it was unreal. It was just, I haven't seen that promo in years, but just remembering just, my daddy, he's the captain of his own shrimp boat, and just talking about how, hey, I hated my daddy, just that, that whole Cape Fear, Waylon Mercy, character was so awesome because it was just obviously it had been years since Waylon Mercy was on WWE television, so it was going to be fresh. But the people that hadn't seen Cape Fear, hadn't seen Waylon Mercy, it was going to be this brand new thing, and just tough to think that he not only with that gimmick, because that gimmick, it was just everybody that saw that was this is fucking money. If they let him do that on the main roster, they got a top act and they got a heel that will send them into the stratosphere. Because it was mainly just with him and Eli Cottonwood. And Cottonwood obviously just stood, he was just kind of his heater, but he didn't really do anything. But when they signed Harper, which again, that's unreal that Brody and him are no longer with us. But that pairing, because obviously being someone that saw Brody and Chikara in the Indies, it's like, man, that's going to be awesome. A big dude that could move like that. Because they had Rowan, and obviously I didn't really know a whole lot about him. It's just like he had a cool look about him. Just this big, redheaded, like Iceland-looking dude. It's like, this guy's going to be pretty, that's a cool pairing. That really got me excited. And unfortunately, I didn't really see a lot of NXT. So I was just kind of bummed FCW was closed. But from what I did see, it was just like, man, this is money. Like, they're going to make $1 billion at that gimmick. It was just perfect to think. And obviously, when he gets called up, it's just like, okay, here we go. The vignettes were perfect. That fucking crowd in Baltimore, though, I still have a hateful spite to that crowd. Because I thought they were going to ruin that gimmick by, chanting Husky Harris at him. But, man, oh man, just, it's a shame. It's a real shame. Because not only, just from a performer perspective, it's a shame. And from somebody that age. But man, like him and JoJo, I think both their kids are under the age of like 3. And I know his ex, Samantha, I think their youngest is like 5 or 6, it's just brutal. 4 kids. It leaves his father. You hate to think about a dad having to, as far as seeing his son go, and obviously brother, Taylor, Bo, just as far as his sister too. Sucks. Absolutely sucks. And my heart's out to not only obviously his family, his loved ones, the people that worked with him, though. I'm gonna miss that laugh. Just an infectious fucking laugh. The best, one of my favorite laughs in the world, honestly. Like, it's just awesome. I'm gonna miss that a lot. I love that, when he started, he'd call everybody Hoot, just carrying over the Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson thing. They always used to call people Hoot, or Punky and Hoot, as far as with Robert being Hoot, or rather Robert being Punky and Hoot being Ricky Morton. It's just awesome. He called everybody Hoot. And that story, I don't know if, I think somebody brought this up, but first time he went to Japan, with the WWE when they toured there, Gallows and Anderson, they were still in New Japan. They kind of talked about meeting him, and they clicked instantly. But a funny story from that was the sponsor came to Carl and I think it was just Carl's room, and and obviously Wyatt had never experienced something like that, and so they start chopping him. And it's because as far as those sponsors over there, they're pretty goofy about that sort of thing. They just love to get involved in the action. But Wyatt takes it a step further, and he's just like, "I'm body slam you." And the guy's like, "Yeah," he body slams the dude onto the bed. Then he starts doing suplexes, and he suplexes him. And he goes for like a fucking senton. He does a senton spot. And obviously this Japanese dude's probably 120, 130 pounds and fucking crushes him. And then I think it was either later that night or just afterwards, the sponsor told Anderson, Wyatt's on, he's fucking, he's a little crazy. And Anderson tries to apologize. So he's a little excited. He's not used to being over here. He's just someone that just seemed to rule from a backstage perspective. Everybody loved him. And, obviously he helped out not only him, but, like, Brody, too. Like, Brody Lee. Fuck, those guys were so beloved. Anytime they would tour, whether it was overseas, that Mexico tour, when they were just all about Brody, and he just really became, like, a cult leader in the locker room just because he's the man, too. And just sucks that they're both gone. far too soon too. Just fucking brutal, 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 brutal. As far as he's someone that will definitely be missed, just from not only from a human being perspective, from a performer perspective. Can't say enough good things about him. I really can't. Like, he just, there's not a lot of guys that creatively will put that type of dedication to their character. To go back to that, another funny story I just thought of. When he was still in FCW, he got calls for jury duty. And he thought it'd be funny that he could go there in character as that, kind of the Bray Wyatt cult leader deal. And that I just thought that was fucking awesome and would have loved to have seen that. Just there's so many awesome stories like that, and there's so many things that it's hard to believe, man, that they had that money character and that money gimmick in the Wyatt family, and they have him lose to all those big matches. They fucking destroy all that momentum that he had built up. And what do you know? What he fucking does it again. He builds another money character in the Fiend, and not only the Fiend, just from a marketing standpoint. To me personally, I love the fucking like Mr. Rogers type of vignettes that he was doing, where he started slowly going insane, and just kind of there's something deep and dark about it, and even too, obviously the cinematic match that mainly was started with him, when you think about it. Because, like, I'm trying to remember what was first. Was because Cena and him, and obviously AJ and Taker, they were kind of the first kind of cinematic type of matchup that kind of was coined, the cinematic, match. There had been stuff that was outside the ring that was kind of, mainly it was not good shit, though. And I think of, like, the Graveyard match from WCW. I think of even a lot of WCW matches are coming to mind. But there was some WWF stuff that they did that was kind of bad. There was some that were pretty good, though. I liked the fucking Hollywood backyard brawl, or backlot brawl from WrestleMania 12. I thought that was pretty fun, kind of thinking about that. But mainly it'd be a swing and a miss. But those two were kind of, the first was like, actually this could be a pretty cool idea. And then, the final deletion stuff, well, actually that was before all that. That was awesome. The fucking final deletion stuff in TNA, so I can't really say that those guys coined it. That Hardy Bros, I mean, that fucking shit was incredible. But, and again, speaking of Hardy, bringing that up, that team, with him and Bray, it's kind of a weird teaming, but it got over, as far as with those two kind of crazy characters. And everyone kind of talks about the with Bo, what he did, him and Curtis Axel's B team. They did that promo where they were parroting them, and Bray just has that big ass smile seeing Bo impersonate him because he was killing it. But all that hardship. And to think, because some of my fondest memories of Bray, when he won the belt, of course, Elimination Chamber. I mean, just as someone that saw from the beginning, his rise and the work he'd put in, it finally paid off. Awesome. That was a very proud day to see that, and just it sucks that obviously he only held the belt for only a little bit, but man, awesome to see that. Matches with the Shield, and unreal. That 2014 he had was unreal when you really think about it, because that Chamber match happened in February, and I want to say that January was him and Bryan at the Rumble, which ruled. Then, of course, if he were to beat Cena at that Mania at 30, I can only imagine what would have happened, as far as he was really rocking and rolling. I might have my actual dates mixed up, because I'm thinking now that might have been 2013 was the Cena match. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't think so, though. Does it make a cut? No, because 2013, I think he debuted on the main roster in 2013. I don't know. Either way, as far as trying to reminisce, it's funny, even with Briscoe, with Jay Briscoe passing. One of my favorite kind of fantasy booking ideas that I never got to do because I never booked, mainly WWE stuff. I always thought the Wyatt family itself, that character, or those, that idea, why not have it be an ever-growing group? It's a cult, and this idea that people come in and people come out, and I always thought they should have like a kind of smaller sized team to work with Bray. And I thought the Briscoes would be perfect for that. And you could just imagine the stuff they could do, because you could work managing Bray with the Briscoes against the Shield, or even the Briscoes versus Moxley and Ambrose, or any type of teaming that was around that time that could work with the Briscoes too, and also obviously doing an 8-man of like Brody with Bray and the Briscoes. And it just sucks to think that 3 out of those 4 guys are no longer with us. Unreal. Just, what a fucking shitty decade this has been. Shitty couple of years. Fortunately, we must move on, though, and that was a big kick in the balls, though, seeing that. Just from the Terry passing, the very next day, I see that, and immediately my heart just went into my stomach. I felt like I was going to throw up. Just like, God damn it. Anything else is going to get terrible. Then for me, as far as yesterday morning, Chan Sung Jung, Korean Zombie's last fight, and I was in tears with that too. I just non-stop crying from like Wednesday on. So finally a day, hopefully, unless something terrible happens here on Sunday, just kind of joking with people. It's like, it's been, I was talking to Mad Dog about that. Hopefully nothing goes wrong here on Sunday, so I can finally have a day where I'm not crying, because it's getting to the point now where I'm getting headaches from all these tears. But, God, this is definitely a week to forget about. As far as to get back on track here, for a rest in peace to Bray Wyatt, especially to his family and friends. All the, can't thank him enough for all those great memories. And also that, before we have to go into it, I have to talk about their little tribute show. It was so weird watching that. The first time during like a tribute show, I was just like, man, I hope it's a rib. Like, when they panned over to the empty chair, I just wanted Bray to pop out of the fucking darkness and be like, oh, you guys thought I was fucking dead? No, I'm still here, and just, this is all just a ruse to bring back this, character. But no, sadly not. I gotta give a shout out to, Eli Drake, though, fucking LA Knight. What a promo. That was an incredible promo. I mean, to really think about, there have been some very touching sentiments and promos throughout the years on tribute shows. But that one was so special because it just blurred that line of kayfabe right down the fucking middle. Where it was still in character, but he could still put him over to a degree that was so incredible. And to bring it all back with Miz too. Like, it was just perfect. Unreal. Yeah, like, he's an awesome promo. But nothing like that. He's an entertaining guy, for sure, and just to think that he could do something like that, though, I didn't even think he could do something like that. Like, that was a special thing, to be able to do that. Not a lot of guys could have been able to do that. So my hat's off to him, to at least talk about something positive here, and transition now into the episode, and to not only see what this October Giants series, what we got cooking up here. I do think we got a hell of a show, as we will run down what we got here. First of all, this tour itself, we got a couple of title matches throughout this tour. I really wanted to get this tour, this is the last, hard to believe, this is one of the last tours that we have, and not only that, I wanted this Giant series to be exactly that, a Giant series. Multiple title matches throughout this tour. First night, we're going to see an All-Age Heavyweight title matchup between Norman and Masahiro Chono. So Norman beat Chono during the Champion Carnival. Chono, of course, just became the All Asia Heavyweight Champion. Feels like this is a great time to do that. So here are the kick off the tour with that is the main event. Night 3, All Asia 6-man tag team title matchup. Super Generation Army versus Holy Demon Army. You know, obviously we have Misawa and Kawada in the main event for the Grand Heavyweight title. Just felt like this would be a fun idea to build up to that even. As, we'll see how that plays out on Night 3. Night 4, Brad Armstrong versus El Samurai for the Junior Heavyweight title. And as you see from the final card, Brad, in fact, does win. So Brad Armstrong, new Junior Heavyweight Champion with that win. Felt like we could have a title change throughout that tour, and felt like that was one of the best cases for that. As for Night 6, All Asia Tag Team title matchup, Kensuke Sasaki, Naoshi Asai versus Steve Williams and Johnny Ace. That should be fun to see. Night 7, Junior Tag Team title matchup in Naoki Sano and Kyoshi Tamura against Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki. The reason why this is happening on Night 7, during the Best Super Juniors, Hayabusa lost to Naoki Sano and Kyoshi Tamura beat Jinsei Shinzaki. So it felt like this would be a great idea to have a tag team title matchup there on Night 7. But as far as for those 11 nights of the tour, pretty jam-packed. There's some big-time matches. We get the debut of Ken Shamrock, so that's going to be fun. We also get the debut of not Super Dragon, as the debut of Dragon Kid. He's going to be debuting around night 8 or 9, and that's why he's in the opener there of the October Giant Series. That's why it's an 8-man tag, because he will be joining up, obviously, with Ultimo and Super Astro, and Golden King. But as far as from that perspective, just wanted to kind of highlight the tour itself. As for the final show, Kawada and Misawa for the heavyweight title. Obviously, that's going to be incredible. But the co-main of Kenta Kobashi and Masahiro Chono for the All Asia heavyweight titles. Obviously, the fallout from our previous episode. Kawada winning the Rikidozan Memorial Cup, gets his title match. And for Kobashi to make it to the finals, he's going to get his title match for the All Asia heavyweight title against Masahiro Chono. It's funny enough, Kawada had beaten Chono as far as to get his win back after losing to Chono. We might potentially get a new champion, though, with Kobashi and Kawada, as far as that could be pretty awesome to see, to be honest, there, as far as seeing new champions like that. And for the All Asia 6-man tag team titles, the match before the co-main, it is the New World Order, but it's going to be Keiji Muto, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Kensuke Sasaki versus the Holy Demon Army. Kensuke Sasaki is one to watch out for because Kensuke has now been involved in 2 title matches against the Holy Demon Army in the 6-man tag team title reign. Each time he's teamed up with either Tenkoji or Yuji Nagata or even Mike Awesome and Bam Bam. Each time it's failed, but this third time is it going to be the charm? With Keiji Muto and Liger, we shall see. I think it's a great team to go up against that Holy Demon Army team because Keiji Muto and Kensuke Sasaki, they could be the heavyweights to take on Hashimoto and Taue, and then for obviously Liger can take on somebody like Fuchi. It just makes sense from that perspective. And for Sasuke, he gets the first junior heavyweight title matchup with Brad Armstrong, so the idea was that he was scheduled to take on El Samurai in the final, or not in the finals, obviously with him, as far as winning the Best Super Juniors, he was scheduled to have his title matchup here against El Samurai, but with Brad beating El Samurai, we get a change of scenery there. So now that will be the junior heavyweight title matchup. And then for the All Asia tag team titles, the Headhunters, yes, Headhunter A and B, they're back. As far as for Headhunter A, we had a talent trade with WCW, so hence why that's happening. And they're taking on, as far as Steve Williams and Johnny Ace. I love it. Think it's going to be a fun match. Think stylistically that makes sense. We're going to have some Los Pravano Death Crew matches kind of throughout the tour as well. But the first half's going to be NWO and the Can-Am Crew, or not the Can-Am Crew, the Death Squad. Jesus, I'm combining all the staples. But yeah, the Death Squad in Los Pravano, that will happen kind of towards the end of the tour, whereas the first half is going to be still NWO Death Squad matches. Junior Tag Team title matchup, though, TTS versus Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki. So this is going to be a fun Junior Tag Team title matchup. Minoru Tanaka, Shinichi Funaki against Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki. They've had a title match before which Hayabusa and Shinzaki won. So we'll see what happens here as with them as far as looking to defend their titles. We got the Can-Am crew versus Los Pravano. So this will be, as far as it will be Vampiro. I want to, actually, now I'm thinking about it, I think I switched that to something else now I'm thinking about it. So, could be wrong on that. I might actually switch that up now I'm thinking about it, because I don't think it was, I think it was just a 6-man. Maybe it was an 8-man, though. Maybe it is Vampiro and Damien, and as far as Abyss and, like, Psychosis or something. But I could be wrong. I thought it was somebody else we put in there. So I might have to change that now I'm thinking about it. But the opener, though. And a hell of an opener, if I do say so myself, with Ultimo Dragon, Super Astro, Golden King, Dragon Kid versus Wild Pegasus, Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, and Chavo Guerrero. Just a banger there to kick off the show. I can't wait for it. Yeah, that's going to be an awesome opener, honestly. That might be one of the best matches on this entire card, when you really think about it. But yeah, that is the show. That is what we're building towards. Let's hop right in. Obviously, we had a long... I would damn near say a eulogy there in the beginning. So as far as our matches, we got it all pre-booked, ready to go. Stan Hansen passing on Psychology to Abyss. Let's see what we get here for our... As far as we know our main event's Norman and Chono for the All-Asia Heavyweight title, as Masahiro Chono successfully defends his title for the first time. 23-minute matchup, though. Not bad there. Yeah, I mean, also, we still have Cactus, as far as to kind of following up that. Death Squad versus, the BWO. Ken Shamrock beat Scott Norton. First of all, Ken Shamrock and Ken Shamrock and Steve Williams, that's a fun-ass team there. I love that team. Ken is, he kind of has a more credible, like, killer look and instinct about him than Johnny Ace, so it's kind of more of like a, oh shit, you've done it now team, you know, with him and Doc. So that's going to be fun to see. But yeah, Shamrock getting his win in his debut. New World Order, British Combat Club. So that's Vader and Sasuke against Johnny Smith and Steven Regal. It's a pretty good match. That's two teams with excellent chemistry there, so that should go over pretty well. But Vader's going to beat Johnny Smith. Can-Am Crew versus Jun Akiyama and Doug Furnace. As, Bret Hart and Doug Furnace, Jun Akiyama, Takeo Omori. Love that matchup, as Doug's going to beat Takeo Omori there in 20 minutes. We'll go World-Class A-Holes against Los Bravano. Never mind, as this is a junior 6-man. Fun little match, though. Psychosis is going to get the win over Jado. So yeah, we're definitely going to put this out of it. Can-Am Junior Express versus Shudo. It's obviously future junior tag team challengers. Getting some wins there. As Nuki Sano beating Lance Storm. Yeah, we'll bump that up. Then we got Terry Boy and Taka against the Blonde Bombers. So junior tag match here. Jericho beating Terry Boy. 16 minutes. Given that. Yeah, we'll just stick it there. And then Satoshi Kojima and Kazuki Fujita open up the show with Kojima beating Kazuki Fujita. So we have an opener. That's a singles matchup. And the main event, that's a singles matchup. And we're 1 minute shy. That is so funny how that worked out. Of hitting the time limit. That's wild how that played out. But yeah, as far as let's run the show. See what we get. Kojima, 71 there, gets the sit-out spinebuster win over Kazuki Fujita. Yeah, Kojima's the man. Terry Boy and Taka losing to the Blonde Bombers. Jericho and Candido getting the win. Yeah, Terry Boy's still got a ways to go, but Candido and Jericho, they're ready. Taka's getting there. But yeah, those guys obviously have been having a good run. Have the Blonde Bombers a 66, oof, for this 6-man tag. Dick Togo, man, brutal. Him and Honoru. But Psychosis and Damien had a pretty good rating. Jado and Geto did pretty well for themselves as well. It's not bad. Guillotine leg drop there from Psychosis, getting the win at 11:47. 78 for the Can-Am Junior Express versus Kiyoshi Tamura and Yuki Sano. As, tag team specialist bonus there from Storm and Van Dam. Yuki Sano beating Lance Storm, though. Right decision there. Right team gets the win. And all around, pretty good matchup. 84 for Brett and Doug Furnace against Jun Akiyama and Jun Akiyama and Takeo Omori. As Doug with the Frankensteiner over Takeo Omori. Fun match. And Brett and Doug Furnace, good little team. 83 from Vader and the Great Sasuke against Regal and Johnny Smith. Oh, I thought they had excellent chemistry. I guess not. It's Vader, though, pitting Johnny Smith with the Vader bomb. It's a good call. Better team wins. I like it. 87, though, for the 6-man. The BWO versus the Death Squad. Shamrock with an ankle lock on Scott Orton. Damn, Shamrock with an 80. I figured he was doing well. He's been wrestling for Pro Wrestling Fujiwara Gumi pretty much since the start of the save. And he's been doing really, really well over there. So I'm glad that that's been going. Yeah, that's a great rating to start off with. An 85 for Norman Inchono. Deathlock STF from Masahiro Chono making his first defense a successful one. Yeah, all around. Great stuff there. And also, too, to have a having an NWO versus British Combat Club matchup on the card as well, as far as before the co-main event. So I like that, too. As far as I like that card, that went really well. It sucks that we probably should have switched this and this, but other than that, it was damn near perfect. Yeah, I'm very, very pleased with that one. Hell yeah. And so on to day 2 we go. Alrighty, day 2. As we get a backstage incident. It's Gedo and Shin Hashimoto. As Gedo was brought for Wrestler's Court, accused being an hour late to pick up his signed travel partner as the judge. Shin Hashimoto found them guilty and sentenced to pay for his travel partner's meals for the next 3 shows. Alrighty. So for the main event, I really have no idea what it's going to be, because obviously, probably the Super Generation Army, Holy Demon Army. I think it's a 6-man. Yeah, Masawa, Kobashi, Kanemoto against Kawada, Taue, and Yoshinari Ogawa. Yeah, makes sense. Ogawa's going to take the loss there. Hell of a 6-man. Then the match, as far as the co-main, Yoshiase, Kensuke Sasaki against Fuchi and Tanaka. That's a hell of a match, actually, as Hase's going to beat Fuchi. I think they've had one match against each other, I want to say. Oh no, this is the first time. Tag-wise, wow. That's pretty cool. Because stylistically, that makes a lot of sense. Oh yeah, then Steve Williams and Ken Shamrock, we'll see how they do against Jerry Flynn and Masaki Machizuki. First of all, Ken Shamrock and Jerry Flynn definitely need to be in the same ring at some point. That would have been fucking awesome. As Terry Funk and Brad Armstrong against the Lawn Crushers. As Terry's going to beat Johnny Ace. So a little, as far as a little fun win for Terry Funk there. The old Funker picking one over Johnny Ace. Tuco Scorpion and Jushin Thunder Liger against Hideki Osaka and Satoru Osaka. Well, that's probably going to be a little bit lower now I'm thinking about it. But we'll see how Liger and Scorpio can do. Takano and Doug Furnace against Wild and Ready. Hold on. What the world? That should be, that's all the way fucked up. Yeah, that's definitely, George Takano and Shunji Takano. I don't know why. There we go. They'll fix that. Yeah, about to say, they had, the last time they had a match was February. So it's been a while. As, Manabu Nakanishi is going to be beating George Takano. So Golden King versus Rey Mysterio Jr., the Steal the Show matchup, as Rey will be beating Golden King. Yep, that makes sense. Golden King's super pissed. And then Lord Akira Kurakumi taking on Yoshinobu Kanemaru as why do I feel like that's spelled wrong? Yoshinobu Kanemaru as Lord Akira Kurakumi will be getting the win there, obviously. As, I think we'll actually have Golden King and Rey Mysterio Jr. go before that. Interesting card. A lot of tag matches, as some junior heavyweight, some heavyweight tag matches. We'll run the old... So they want us at the Sendai Sun Plaza. I guess that's fine. For this one here for night 2, yeah, Lord Akira Kurakumi getting the win with the Decapitator in 952. I just love that. It's a fucking decapitation. Nakanishi and Takayama beating the Takano brothers. Junji Takano's still doing really well. It's just George Takano's kind of stick in the mud. But Takano taking the German suplex from Manabu Nakanishi. We're still trying to get Nakanishi over. It's tough, but we're slowly getting there. Rey Mysterio Jr. with the Mysterio Rana over Golden King. First of all, love this match. Obviously, Golden King, great base. Rey Mysterio Jr., one of the best horse flyers out there. This be a fun-ass match. We'll take the 65. 76 for Tuco Scorpio and Jushin Liger as they beat Satoru Osaka and Hideki Osaka. That's actually a really good junior tag match. Yeah, Liger and Scorpio. Two Cold Liger, if you will, as far as, or Thunder Scorpio. or Scorpio Thunder, if you want to go that way. As far as fun match, fun team. Two of my favorites teaming up there as Terry Funk with a spinning toe hold over Johnny Ace. Right call there. Very close though. But as far as I think couple point differences between the two. But yeah, Brad Armstrong, Chris Candido not involved in the finish. I think that's the right call. It was a good match though. 80 for Flynn and Machizuki against Shamrock and Williams. Yeah, better team wins there. Ken Shamrock with ankle lock. I'm just glad there's no negative chemistry for Steve Williams and Ken Shamrock. 87 there from Fuchi and Tanaka. As they lose to Hase and Kensuke Sasaki. But that was very, very close. That's an awesome match, though. Fuck yeah, an 87. We'll take that. And a 91 for the main. For the six-man tag. Super Generation Army. Holy Demon Army. Kanemoto beating Ogawa with the moonsault. I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, Ogawa, worst guy in the match. Makes sense for him to take the fall there. I'm all about it. And we'll take that 89. That worked out really, really well, actually. Fuck yeah. Good shit there for night 2. It's on to night 3 we go. Alrighty, day 3. As far as night 3 here for the Giant Series, George Takano helped create a fun and relaxed atmosphere backstage after finding a discarded karaoke machine. Starting an impromptu pre-show competition, his melodies of power ballads apparently stole the show. So Taue, Masato Tanaka, as Taue's passing on psychology to Masato Tanaka. And probably the same thing for Honor, yes. Who would have guessed it? As for the main event here, I believe it's the All-Asia 6-man tag team title matchup, if I remember correctly. Yes, as it's Jun Akiyama, Tsuyoshi Kikuchi, Koji Kanemoto, as Taue is going to beat Kikuchi there. So another defense for them, I believe that makes it 4. And that is massive. So we have, as far as the co-main, yeah, I do like that Death Squad New World Order, potentially. And yeah, this would be a great co-main. Steve Williams beating Big Van Vader. What a massive win that is. That's going to be a hell of a match. As we will go with... Yeah, I mean, depending on who's on this other side here. Yeah, that works out as the 6-man. So Los Bravano, as they have... I like the idea that it's... as Headhunter B and Vampiro walk out first, and then behind them, as far as Headhunter B kind of looks back, and here comes the other one. So they're back for this just short little run, as Vampiro beating Eddie Guerrero, though. That's a huge win. Damn, Eddie's a little unhappy about that. Massive win, though. That's going to be a fun-ass match. As Blonde Crushers versus New World Order of Yuji Nagata and the Great Sasuke. So far as we have a team with great chemistry there with Nagata and Sasuke, so this should go for pretty well, as Johnny Ace is going to get the win, though, beating Yuji Nagata. TTS versus Naniwa and Super Delphin. So Lords of the Deep, as Funaki is going to beat the Lords of the Deep there. Brad Armstrong, Terry Funk against El Samurai and Masashi Aoyagi. One of the rare times we book him, as Terry Funk's going to beat Aoyagi there. Rey Mysterio Jr., Wellington Wilkins Jr. First of all, this match rules. Give them 20 minutes. Ray's going to get the win. Of course, Wellington Wilkins Jr. is furious. And they open up the show. Tiger Mask 4 and Satoru Sayama taking on Hideki Ozaki and Satoru Ozaki. It's crazy that Satoru Sayama has not lost yet. Or not lost, has not retired yet. But yeah, Tiger Mask 4 getting a win. Ah, that's right. Sayama, I think he's at a... Is it? Oh no, it's Satoru Sayama. That's right. I think he's on vacation. Who is it? I already clicked it too so fast. Yeah, it is Sayama. Yeah, I think it's vacation is why he's gone. Well, that's fine. We'll just use Kazuya Yamasaki. That is fine by me. We haven't used him since May. Holy shit. It's fucking October. That's brutal. Yeah, Tiger Mask 4, though, still gonna get the win in that one. As they should be good to go, yeah. It's crazy that they think Ray's being used too much. As I think they put us in the Tokyo Dome. So let's say we should be in a spot where we can just run it no problem. Nagata City Gymnasium here for night 3. Let's run it. See what we get. 61 for the opener. That's not great. As Yamasaki's best guy in the match. Tiger Mask 4, worst guy in the match. But we're still trying with him. I don't know why. Because, yeah, it's just not working out. And as far as ratings-wise, nothing for him. I don't know if he should go back down to FMW or what. It's kind of... I'm torn. Don't know what he should be doing. 67, though, for Welton Wilkins Jr., Rey Mysterio Jr. As again, Mysterio gets a win with a Mysterio Rana in 20 minutes. Fun match. Fun match there. As we keep on giving Rey some wins. An 80 for Terry Funk and Brad Armstrong against Aoyagi and El Samurai. Obviously, everybody in this match is good, but Aoyagi, he loses to the pile driver in 10 minutes. 71 for Naniwa and Super Delphin. Damn, they don't work as a team. That blows. Delphin and Naniwa, though, obviously with the negative chemistry, this hurts the match. But Funaki had a great showing there. As far as he gets the win with the Rising Sun, he's killing it. Doing a really, really good job. But 79, though, for Nagata and Sasuke against Johnny Ace and Chris Candido. As Johnny Ace, worst guy in the match, gets the win. How about that? But yeah, an upset. Figured we could give Johnny Ace a win. You know, he is a tag team champion at this rate. I mean, come on, we got to give him something. 83 for the 6-man tag. As yeah, I mean, Headhunter A with a 67. I guess that makes sense because he's been working in America, obviously, for a hot minute. But everybody did pretty well, though. Actually, did really, really well. This should have been even better than 83, in my opinion. But yeah, that's some great shit. I'm just kind of curious. Yeah, he's just holding back. That's wild. Eddie is still rusty, and he had a 72. That is pretty insane to think about. 83 for the Death Squad, New World Order 6-man. Backdrop driver from Steve Williams on Vader. That rules. What a finish. Vader, worst guy in the match. Makes sense. Our Doc, though, best guy in the match. Shamrock with a 77. That is, I mean, boy, our Gaijins are pretty awesome. We could have a pretty sweet company if we just went to the U.S. That's kind of funny to think about. As as far as the main event, All Asia 6-man tag team title matchup, it is their 5th defense. The champions retain Dynamic Bomb from Taue over Kikuchi. It's a really good match for this being a tour show main event. Could have been a little bit better potentially, but Taue with a 79, that kind of stunk it up. Same thing for Kikuchi, 75, but all around it was a good performance, though, from the champs. And not bad. It was actually a really good show for our tour show. You know, everything, basically 6 out of the 8 matches were in the dark green. We'll take that. Take that. As alright, on to night 4 we go. Alrighty, night 4. Again, backstage instance. No fucking surprise. As Golden King, brought for Wrestler's Court, accused being an hour late to pick up his assigned travel partner as the judge. Shinya Hashimoto found him guilty and sentenced to pay for his travel partner's meals for the next 3 shows. It's Ultimo Dragon. It's part of Chris Jericho. Well, we can make that probably happen. As we got here. So, main event, we got the Brad Armstrong, El Samurai Jr. Heavyweight title matchup. As, wait a minute, why is El Samurai getting the win there? That makes no sense. Yes, there we go. Title change there. El Samurai, no longer the champion. As far as tough break for him, but we finally do it. Finally, Brad Armstrong's the junior heavyweight champion. As, yeah, I mean, he was 64 days, El Samurai is champ. Not the, I thought he had a pretty good reign, I guess, looking back at it. Just the Liger match just kind of sucked a dick, but other than that, he did pretty well. It's just tough because, like, Liger's reign was so incredible before that. It's hard to top that. I mean, Liger is just Mr. Junior Heavyweight for sure. If you see those defenses, it's just like, wow. He fucking ruled. But yeah, I mean, as far as Brad Armstrong, though, gets a massive, massive victory. First title in UJPW history for him. That is pretty wild. Long time coming. 7 fucking years of it. Working his ass off. Finally pays off. Super Generation Army, Holy Demon Army, though. I like this as the 6-man co-main event. And Slamba was going to beat Hashimoto there. So after the 6-man tag team title matchup didn't go the Super Generation Army's way, they at least win this matchup. Vader and Liger against Taue and Ogawa, though. Liger's going to beat Ogawa. Poor Ogawa. Just keeps on getting put over. He keeps putting over other talent, rather. As a Shudo versus Hayabusa Jinsei Shinzaki and Naomichi Marufuji. I love that. That's going to be a fun opener. We'll give that a 10-minute time there. New World Order versus the BWO. As far as, yeah, we'll change that. As I think I have to make it 3 there. Oh, 3. V3, rather. As Sasuke's going to beat Taka Michinoku. As, yeah, Cactus. We might bring him back. But probably not, if I had to assume. It just seems like it's going to be hard for him to like be able to work like a tag league or something, because we can only get them from like 6 or 7 appearances at a time. It'd just be pretty tough. But who knows? It's Jerry Flynn and Ogawa. We'll have that as well. Flynn's going to beat him, obviously. So yeah, we'll switch that out with that. So then we have Kobashi and Kikuchi against Chono and Muto. First of all, this is a hell of a match. Chono's going to beat Tsuyoshi Kikuchi. That's going to be really high up there, though, now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, that's, shit, I think we should put that... Let's put it there. That's going to be a great show. Man, oh man, yeah, we'll, put that in between there, yeah. That's going to work out really, really well. So let's have that open the show. Oh. Let's have that open the show. There we go. So yeah, Los Guerreros, Los Pavano. So it's Chavo and Eddie against Psicosis and Vampiro, as Psicosis is going to be Chavo Guerrero Jr. 20 minutes for giving that. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, let's drop that down to about 10. Yeah, still 1 minute too many. Yeah, so we'll bump that down. Perfect. Alrighty. Pretty solid show. That opener is going to start us off right, and hopefully everything else falls into place. And yeah, we have a pretty fun show. All things considered, we'll run the War Memorial Hall. Let's get it here for night 4. 70 for the opener. Not bad at all. That's Tiger Mask 4 pinning Naomichi Marufuji with the crossface chicken wing suplex again. I guess he's doing better than Marufuji, but still. Not too great is old Tiger Mask 4 right now, but that's a good little match. Good little match there. Take the 67 for Jerry Flynn and Ogawa. Cross armbar from Flynn. Picks up the victory. 63, ooh. What the fuck happened there? Oh, we put it as a slow build. Fuck! Forgot to turn that off. Because we cut down the time. Well, shit. Psicosis, though. Pinning Chavo Guerrero Jr. there in 10 minutes. Yeah, that's... I mean, good win, though, for Psicosis, but just, yeah, we fucked that all up. Oh, wow, an 86. For Vader and Liger, it's Ogawa and Taue. What a banger. Liger with the Shooting Star Press. Gets the win in 20 minutes. Oh, Hase with a Whiplash Neck Strain. That sucks. Sasuke with the Thunder Fire Powerbomb over Taka. Yeah, Taka just not on the same wavelength as everybody else. Hell of a match, though. It's fun to have Cactus, though, back with us. It's fun to do that as a 95. Jesus Christ. For Kenta Kobashi and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi against Chono and Muto. As Masahiro Chono pinning Tsuyoshi Kikuchi with the Yakuza kick. Love it. Love it. Yeah, much better team, obviously, is Keiji Muto, Masahiro Chono. Got the Grand Honor, too, somehow, if we can somehow top that. Valiant effort as a 92 from Masawa and Hashimoto, as with the in the finish, Tiger Driver from Masawa over Hashimoto. That's a big-time finish in that one, because definitely could have just had Masato Tanaka lose that one and be just fine, but we went for the big dogs here. We went for Hashimoto losing to Masawa. Massive victory there in the co-main. And the main event, damn, is an 83, but the right guy gets the win, though, as Brad Armstrong is your new junior heavyweight champion. Love it. Love it. I think him and Sasuke is going to be a really great match. They had a great matchup in the Best Super Juniors, so I'm not going to be surprised by that matchup. It sucks that the rating hurt because of that main event, because everything else ruled on that card. Especially that Chono, Muto, Kobashi, Kikuchi matchup. Man, hell of a card. Hell of a card. Yeah, on to night 5 we go. Alrighty, night 5, as we get backstage incident. Taue, Pentagon Psychology, Honoru. Alrighty, so we will be definitely not running at a yeah, we'll just run Nakajima Sports Center, that's fine. Alrighty, as the main event for this one, that is a good question. I mean, you can't go wrong with the old 6-man matchup here of Kensuke Sasaki, Hiroshi and Liger against Steve Williams, Ken Shamrock, and Chris Candido. As Liger's going to beat Chris Candido there, that's a pretty solid main. We also have Jericho versus Too Cold Scorpio. As far as Too Cold Scorpio getting the win over Chris Jericho. Then we also have as far as trying to think what would be the best case scenario. This card is not looking too hot, to be honest. In British Combat Club, world class a-holes here. Regal's going to get the win in 10 minutes. Undercard matchup. Can-Am Crew, Los Bravano. There we go. We can have this be a little bit higher as the headhunters in Abyss versus Brett, Doug Furnace, and Lance Storm. As headhunter A is going to be beating a Lance Storm. So hence why also we have Rob Van Dam versus Damien. As Van Dam will be beating Damien. Huge win for Rob Van Dam, trying to get him over. Story of the night, it seems like. As, actually, this is... that go here. Boy, oh boy, yeah, this card is not looking too hot. Nuki Sano and Kiyoshi Demora against the Fantastics. As, Kiyoshi Demora going to get the win there in 10 minutes. It's a decent match, but we just are not really giving a lot of matches a lot of time. Unfortunately. We got the Can-Am Crew and Los Bravano. We'll go, go in between that. Yeah, that's a good spot for it. Lords of the Deep versus TTS. As, Shinichi Funaki beating Pacificus in 10 minutes. New World Order versus Terry Funk and Terry Boy. As Big Van Vader's going to squash poor Terry Boy. Giving that 20 minutes is funny. I'm not sure exactly why we're doing that, but... well, we'll keep it. Keep it there, as, that's a... I don't know what's going to be the better opener, to be honest. Listen, it's not going to have a lot of star power, but it should at least have a good little match throughout the card. We're definitely going to pick a different venue, though. So we got to go somewhere that we can run that's relatively small in size, and of course we can't. Yeah, we'll just run the Star Lanes. It'll be a sellout, at least. So we're back to night 1, but we'll see how it goes. 72 for the opener. And, yeah, Shinichi Funaki, mainly all of TTS actually did really well. And Lord Kurakumi doing pretty well. Yeah, Funaki, though, with the Rising Sun over Pacificus. Kind of wish we would have gave that to maybe Minoru Tanaka or Otani, but we'll take it. Another 72. It's Regal doing the heavy lifting in this one. Dave Taylor, second best guy in the match. Wouldn't have expected that. And also, Dick Togo, worse than Doug Williams. 1999 Doug Williams is pretty funny. It's Regal with a Regal stretch over Ghetto. I just don't get it with Dick Togo. I don't know. I don't know. We've tried everything with him, and it just is not working out. 79. For this match, I mean, yeah, two teams with great chemistry here. As Vader with the belly-to-belly suplex over Terry Boy. Yeah, poor Terry Boy getting squashed there. Squashed like a bug. Unfortunate, but it's a good little match. 63 for Van Dam and Damien. Of course, we give you a big win, and you fucking shit the bed. Gets to win the Frog Splash, though, with the 5-star Frog Splash, though, nonetheless. And 80 for Nuki Sano and Kiyoshi Demora against the Fantastics. It's Kiyoshi Demora, though, getting the win. The Juji Katame. 931, that's a good win. Listen, Fantastic. Obviously been a staple of this save, as far as they've helped a lot of guys out throughout the years. And 80 for the Can-Am Crew versus Los Bravano, as headhunter A with the diving leg drop over Lance Storm. Yeah, I mean, Abyss is in the 50s. How about that? All that hard work paying off. 79 from Jericho and Two Cold Scorpio. So Jericho had always beaten him. This is the first time the Two Cold Scorpio has actually beaten him. So he gets to win the Scorpio Splash in 20 minutes. And then the main event, it's an 81. So, yeah, obviously Hase's injury hurts this a lot. Thought it'd be a lot better than an 81, but what do I know? It was a good match, though. All things considered. Obviously with Liger and Sasuke, though. That shows you how great that trio team's going to be, though. With Kaiji Muto involved, too. It's weird. That went a lot better than expected when you really think about it. It's just the Steal the Show match didn't deliver. Weirdly enough. That just shows you how, so many years in the save, even though guys might not be technically stars, they're going to deliver a pretty good rating. Not bad. Not bad at all. We'll take that. So yeah, we're almost at the halfway point as far as of the episode. Going on to night 6. And, as far as, we're definitely getting into now the heavy lifting of the tour, the second half part. Got some major matchups. As well as Dragon Kid's debut, which I'm excited to see what he does. He's doing kind of low 50s in FMW, so that's not a bad starting point. We'll see. We'll see how he does. I'm hoping him and Dragon, they'll have some chemistry, and it works out well, and he could be a good addition to the Ultimate Gold and Cosmic Kings. And yeah, on to Night 6 we go. Alrighty, Night 6. So we'll see what we get. Oh, wow, a lot of backstage incidents. Liger, Sparkle vs. Court, accused McNauer, or rather, accused of not joining the rest of the locker room, rather, for a night out, as the judge Shin Hashimoto found him guilty and sentenced him, rather, to buy drinks for him after the show. For everyone, after the show. Jesus. Fuck that all up. As Taue passing on tips on psychology to Masato Tanaka. Same thing to Anaru, and then Stan Hansen. It does the same thing to Abyss. Perfect. Alrighty. So, yeah, I believe this is the All-Asia Tag Team title matchup. Yes, for the main event. Perfect. And Steve Williams will retain here. He's going to beat Hase. Sucks that Hase's hurt, but at the same time, kind of glad that's the finish. To get kind of Hase... Luckily, it's going to work out really well that he's kind of positioned out of that spot. First of all, this is a hell of a six-man. This is a great co-main. Eddie's going to beat Johnny Smith. Fuck yeah. Bret Hart and Lance Storm against the Blonde Bombers. Talk about a match that I would love to see. As Bret's going to beat Candido. Yeah, that'd be a fun-ass match. Then we got... Let's see. Yeah, Headhunters, Wild and Ready. Sure. Headhunter is going to beat Manabu Nakanishi. Then the K-Man crew, as far as Shamrock and Doug Furnace, or not, wait, this is all fucked up. Oh, hold on. Hold on there. As I believe this is supposed to be Johnny Ace. As far as, yeah, Johnny Ace against Shamrock, Jesus. Oh no, Johnny Ace is already working. Fuck, who's supposed to be teaming up with Ken Shamrock? I must have fucked something up. Yeah, the Death Squad. Because Candido, Jericho, yeah, okay, so everybody's working, so yeah. Well, fuck, it must just be Doug Furnace and Rob Van Dam supposed to be here, I guess. Weird. Weird. Yeah, we'll have, Van Dam gonna win, why not? Keep it going. Los Bravano versus Lords of the Deep. Should be a fun little 8-man. Oh, wow, it is. And, yeah, we didn't pick a winner. Funny enough. Oh, yeah, we'll give it to... I don't know, to be honest. This is a pretty solid little matchup. I just, yeah, I mean, Damien has kind of, he just lost on the previous show. So, yeah, we'll give him a win. Anaru... not Anaru, rather... Yeah, but Prince Mako, I guess. That's a pretty fun match, though. All things considered. As Shudo versus Samurai Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki. This is a fun little 6-man. Oh, this is a Steal the Show matchup, too. We'll let this go a little bit longer. Give them more time. Sick. But El Samurai's going to be Tiger Mask 4. So, yeah, that's for the best, I think. Especially with this card. Yeah, we'll have it go right there. Alrighty. And then the final matchup, Sasuke to Jerry, which, fun match. As Sasuke will be getting the win. I don't know why we didn't pick a winner in that one, too. Oh, we did, okay. I for some reason, I couldn't see it. 10-minute matchup, though. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, we'll definitely run a pretty big card. Or a pretty big venue, rather. This time around. Yeah, well. That's not bad, though. I mean, 3,300 in a 5,000-seater. Not that bad. Not that bad. So we'll see how it does, though. 74 for the opener. Sasuke beating Tajiri with the Michinoku driver. Great little junior opener. And a pretty good junior 8-man, too. As, yeah, this probably could have been the opener, but Damien with the marionette over Prince Mako. As, yeah, Naniwa, Orsuke on the match. That makes sense. Honoru and Laparka, kind of in the same wavelength. It's funny, Prince Mako, Kaz Hayashi, I would say out of those 4, I would say he was probably, I loved Naniwa, but I get that he was a kind of comedy guy. Especially, he was super young too, but I would have assumed he was the worst of the 4 on that side, and he was damn near the best. Besides, obviously, Lord Kira Kotakumi. Yeah, that's why, definitely Super Delphin, I thought would have better performances there. That's crazy. I guess that also makes sense for this fact of when you kind of think of like, this style of wrestling. It's not really lucha based, so I guess that's why Delphin's not doing so well. But at the same time, Damien is also doing really well, so it's very odd what we got going on over here. 69 though for Doug Furnas and Rob Van Dam against Kazuchika Fujita and Akatsuki Saito. Yeah, I mean, the team on the right, not really good, but the Van Daminator, how about that? Over Akatoshi Saito and 1025. Two teams with excellent chemistry here, with Wild and Ready and the Headhunters. Headhunter A getting the win with the diving leg drop, over Manabu Nakanishi. Not a bad match there. 82 for Shudo and El Samurai. And Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki, the 6-man matchup, Samurai Bomb from El Samurai over Tiger Mask 4. Yeah. Kyoshi Tamura actually didn't do that well either, but that junior tag match should go over pretty well, though, actually, here on this next night. 81 from Bret Hart and Lance Storm against Candido and Jericho. Funny enough, the wrong team won. As it's crazy that Bret and Jericho are relatively at the same wavelength, but at that same breath, though, it's sad to think that Bret retires next December. It's fucking sad. Sad. Brutal. Oh no, it wasn't Starrcade 2000. Yeah, it was Starrcade 99, so yeah, it's only a couple months more. Brutal. Fucking sucks. But yeah, Bret wins with a sharpshooter. 85 here from the co-main event. That's a hell of a 6-man. It's Eddie pitting Johnny Smith as submitting Johnny Smith the Gory Special. Yeah, I mean, Johnny Smith, worst guy in the match, and he had a 73. You can't really beat that. Hell of a 6-man. 82 here for the All-Asia Tag Team title matchup, as that's their second offense. Yeah, Hase, brutal, with just a terrible rating with his injury, plus he was really off his game. Sucks, because that would have been even a little bit better. I would have really enjoyed that, but yeah, it just sucks. Sucks we only get an 82 there. Again, we just keep on having one match that doesn't hit that 70 mark, but other than that, most of the time we're getting a pretty good rating out of that. Yeah, that's just tough that the main event didn't deliver, but again, the injury was going to fuck that up, so, oh god, sorry everyone. This is, move something on the desk, and that made a terrible noise. So yeah, on to night 7 we go. Alright, in night 7, as far as, I just want to double check, yeah, I think this is the night I actually was supposed to bring up Dragon Kid. I figured it was going to be coming up, and I was going to fuck that up, but Doug Williams brighten the backstage area, by simply being so cheerful and fun to be around. And then Hase and Otani, it's Hase passing on tips on using psychology to Shinjiri Otani. So that's okay, though. We can make that happen relatively easy. As far as the matchup there. As a BWO, World Class A-Rolls, I'm just going to kind of go out of order here, because I know I got to fuck with the card anyways. Takayama beating Terry Boy there in 10 minutes. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Dave Taylor and Doug Williams against Tanaka and Ogawa. So yeah, we just need to give Ogawa a win at some point on this card. That's why they're getting the win there. We gotta change that, since I know Sayama. He's actually on vacation for like a long time. I don't know why I did that. But we'll have Samurai beat... Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't mean to bring up Alexander Atsuka. He's supposed to still be in FMW, but... Well, yeah, we can use him. Why not? I kind of wish it... Well, we will use him on this card, I think. We can make that happen. Let's go Van Dam. Why not? Actually, yeah, we'll go Van Dam. Oh no, let's go Super Delphin. I'm all over the place with where I want this to go. That's going to be a fun match, though. Hopefully. Yeah, George Takano and Manabu Nakanishi. As, Nakanishi getting the win there. That's going to be a brutal 1-2 punch. Masao and Kanemoto against Kawada and Fuchi, though. That's Kawada beating Koji Kanemoto. Yeah, that's cool with me. That will definitely be the co-main. So go ahead and put that there. Swing this around. Yeah. We're rocking. So Naoki Sano and Kyoshi Tamura against Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki. That's right, it's the junior tag team title matchup. As Jinsei Shinzaki beating Kyoshi Tamura in 24 minutes. So usually we like to have the title matches be the main event. I think this time around, though, that's not going to be the case. We'll have it be like the co-main. We'll see, though. Yeah, BWO World Class A Holds. I guess I can go there. So, second match. And David Doug against Tanaka and Ogawa. And Damon Honda and Shinjiro Otani against Flynn Zuki. That's Damon Honda beating Machizuki there in 10 minutes. Yeah, a lot of undercard matches. A lot of undercard matches. So yeah, the as far as you get to see who's in FMW, as far as with this list, we got a couple of new signings as well. So where's he at? Dragon Kid, there he is, of course, at the D's. As we're gonna go with the 6-man for his debut, just in case he's bad. Ultimo, Super, Astro, and Dragon Kid against the team. We'll go Eddie, Chavo, and Dean. Sick. Yeah, we'll give him 20. This is mainly just to give it Super Astro a win here, so he's gonna beat Chavo. Wanted to obviously have them get a win in their debut, or in Dragon Kid's debut, more than anything. I guess it wouldn't have mattered, but still nice to kind of think about that from that perspective. So yeah, I mean, very much a heavy junior heavyweight like undercard, but I think all around it should deliver relatively well. Yeah, we'll run the Hiroshima Sun Plaza since I got to run there. Well, no, let's go back to the Star Lane. Or the, not the Star Lane, rather the Sendai Sun Plaza. Alright. See what we get. Oof. Brutal way to start the show. Nakanishi, though, gets the one with the Fujiwara armbar at least in 10-13. Boy, that was brutal. 64 for the next matchup. Not much better. The World Class A-Holes, I mean, they were the better team, so they probably, I'm glad they got the win. Takayama with the rear naked choke over Terry Boy. That's poor Terry Boy's getting killed in this tour. He gets squashed by Vader, and then he gets choked out by Takayama. 74 from Tanaka and Ogawa against Dave Taylor and Doug Williams. That's actually a really good team. We need to book them more as a team. Tanaka and Yoshinori Ogawa tapping out Doug Williams there in 10-10. 66 for Jerry Flynn and Machizuki against Otani and Tamon Honda's. Tamon Honda gets them with a German suplex. Pretty close, but yeah, the right team gets the win there. So yeah, Tamon Honda and Otani, nice little win. Samurai beating Super Delphin with the Samurai Bomb in 10-30. That's a 69. Yeah, this has been the worst match, or not the worst match. It's the worst show of the tour by far. Astro Scissors from Super Astro over Chavo Guerrero Jr. Yep, Dragon Kid with a 44. About the same as Chavo, so not too bad. An upset for sure, but it was relatively close. It was just really the Astro Eddie, difference there, but damn near identical. Another 80 here as Naoki Sano and Kiyoshi Tamura losing to Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki as Jinsei Shinzaki with the Ninbutsu Powerbomb. And that's their first defense of their junior heavyweight tag team title reign there. Then Naoki Sano did well. Jinsei Shinzaki and Hayabusa did well. Just the Kiyoshi Tamura not at that same level. And then at 89 for the main event. So how about that? That whole entire card pretty much sucked a dick until the main, and it's going to be a pretty good rated show now because of it. It's Kanemoto with the losing to the Kawada driver. Rather, oh wow, we forgot to put a Steal the Show matchup. How could I have forgotten that? How about that? It's still good. I mean, it was a good main and pretty solid stuff at the top of the card. Just, yeah, the middle and opener just fucking sucked. Yeah, on to Night 8 we go, though. And I'll definitely remember to bring up Dragon Kid now and put him in, well, instead of the Ultimate Cosmic Kings, I think we're going to go with the Golden Cosmic Dragons now, since, obviously we need everything to be accounted for. So that should be fun. We'll see how that plays out, though, as far as with having Night 8 coming along. And, we got a couple of big-time matches coming up, though. Some big-ass 10-mans and 8-mans. We'll see. Alrighty, Night 8 as a backstage incident. Hanson passing on psychology tips to Abyss. Alrighty. So, as for Dragon Kid in his singles debut against Eddie Guerrero, first of all, that match would absolutely rule. That's basically Rey Mysterio light taking on Eddie Guerrero. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. As for the main event, though, we got New World Order, Holy Demon Army, this big ass 8-man. Gonna be a time limit draw. I just feel like no one should lose in that match, so that's mainly why. But yeah, taking also 2 title matches into one, just can't go wrong with that. Vader and Awesome against the Headhunters. I love this match, as the Headhunters will win. As doesn't matter who's gonna lose between Vader and Mike Awesome, but yeah, I love this match. First time meeting two mega solid as far as Gaijin teams battling it out there. Then also the Golden Cosmic Kings, yes, as far as the Golden Cosmic Kings, it just seems like they're taking on a big time, task against Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko. Dean's gonna beat Golden King in 20 minutes. That should be a banger though. We got New World Order, BWL can go here. I think it's a good little matchup. 2 Cold Scorpio's gonna beat Terry Boy 20 minutes. Yeah, then we'll go Eddie. Yeah, we'll go Eddie and Dragon Kid here. So Eddie's gonna win. I think it's no surprise. It sucks that Dragon Kid's gonna have to lose in his debut, but at the same time, it's like, what are we gonna do? An Ultimate Dragon against Chavo. That's also gonna go 10 minutes, and then the Fantastics against TTS, as Shinichi Funaki gonna get the win there in 20 minutes over the Fantastics again. Just kind of under that same kind of umbrella as far as like you gotta go through the Fantastics if you want to make it up the ladder. Then Otani and Mama Yone, as Otani gonna get the win in 10 minutes there. So we need a couple of things. We definitely need a Steal the Show matchup. This also doesn't need to be such a long match. We'll actually have this be the Steal the Show matchup while I'm thinking about it. This time I'll remember to turn off the slow build. Yeah, there we go. Good call. Awesome. Alrighty. So yeah, I think we've ran everywhere now. Yeah? Oh no, we still haven't ran Hiroshima Sun Plaza. Alright, we'll nail that right here. I thought we did. Yeah, we just Night 7 of the Best Super Juniors. I see. Alright, good job. There, 66 for the opener. Springboard dropkick from Otani. Pretty good stuff. Not a bad debut. Or not a bad debut. Not a bad opener. The 81 for the Fantastics against TTS. Sean capture from Funaki. We need to really give Minoru Tanaka more wins, because we just been giving Funaki all these wins in these tag matches. It's an 80 for Ultimo Dragon and Chavo. How about that? They have pretty good chemistry. The Asai DDT from Ultimo Dragon over Chavito there as a 10-24 matchup. Not bad. I'm surprised. I bet that happened on a Nitro and I just completely forgot about it, but maybe not though, because really Chavo, as he kind of was progressing, Ultimo Dragon's, he tears his tricep, they fuck up the surgery, damn near, not only almost killed him, but made him retire, as far as, because, he lost all the nerve endings, rather, in his arm, and he couldn't fucking do anything. Luckily, that got fixed, and he was able to come back, but that would have been an all-time tragedy, though. That would have fucking sucked. Then I have Ultimo Dragon, because he's still, I don't know if it's because he took that time off, or what, but seeing him now, even at like 55 years old, the motherfucker is fast, and he could still work. Like, it's super impressive. 76 from Eddie Guerrero and Dragon Kid. Good job on Dragon Kid. That's a good debut. As far as a 50, that's not bad. Brainbuster, though, from Eddie Guerrero in 10-22. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. 80 here from the New World Order and the BWO. 2 Cold Scorpio getting the win with the Scorpio Splash. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Yeah, an 84, 82, 71 from the New World Order team. BWO, ways to go thanks to Terry Boy, but all around good match. 93 from the Golden Cosmic Kings, rather, against Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko. As a Golden King tapping out to the Texas Cloverleaf. Yeah, right call. Worst guy in the match loses there to the best guy in the match. Makes sense, but what a banger, though, at 93. Better than I expected. The Headhunters beating Mike Awesome and Vader. As, it just sucks that Headhunter A is so much worse than Headhunter B, but diving leg drop, though, gets the win. Nonetheless, we're still trying with him, trying to get him some, I don't know why, but we're at least showing off that he's still a viable threat out there more than anything. As a 97 for the time limit draw, I think that was the best call. Best call to make there. Can't go wrong with that. No one needed to lose. We have such a long tour. Not everyone's got to have a finish where someone beats somebody. Sometimes you need those draws, and that's a good call. That was one of the better shows, too. So I'm glad we ran the biggest venue we can. Or realistically, besides the Nagata City Gymnasium, but that's alright. So yeah, we got just 9, 10, and 11 left, as far as from the tour show perspective. Yeah, I mean, so far, I can't really ask for anything better. There's been one injury with Hase, and he's not even on the final show, but he's already fully fit, so it doesn't really matter, as far as from that perspective. Just as long as nobody gets hurt here in these upcoming nights, we should be good to go for the final show. Alrighty, night 9 here. So, backstage incident. So, Ultimo Dragon. Yeah, passing on selling tips to Dragon Kid. Yeah, he's got a lot of proteges, though, obviously, because obviously at this time, Torimon opens up, but it's kind of funny how you would think that would be kind of crazy if they were able to do this, but it would be like damn near impossible. But since Torimon doesn't open, then there's really no point for him to automatically be a protege, you know what I mean? As far as from, obviously, what Fleisch tried to do, which I mean, that's a great idea. When you think about trying to make a save like that is able to be played until the present day, that is a tall task. Because so obviously, even just like a month or two into a save, something can crazily change the course of that save. As far as somebody gets injured or somebody gets hurt, somebody has to retire or some scandal happens. Like, there's so many different ways that things can go that really change the way things operate. But he did a really, really good job. Like, WWF, obviously when the start of this save, like, they only run like the big 4 pay-per-views. But here in 1999, because of how he set it up, they're able to have like Unforgiven and like a lot of the B-time pay-per-views at that time. So it's kind of cool that he was able to do that. Just, shows you that as far as if you fucking get after it, you'll be able to make a really great mod. But as far as, for this main event, Super Generation Army, Holy Demon Army, 8-man tag, that's definitely the main, if I had to guess. Just from looking at this. As, Jun Akiyama will be beating Akira Taue, so that's pretty massive. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's have Hashimoto beat Takeo Mori. That makes a little bit more sense. So I want the champs to look strong here. Alrighty, and so the co-main. We've got Los Parvano and Death Squad. Oh, that's definitely not the co-main event. Fun little match, though. Psychosis beating Chris Jericho, too. What a win. Jericho's not even complaining about it. That's awesome. NWO and the BWO. Yeah, this could be a fun little... We'll put it as a co-main for now. Vader's going to beat Scott Norton. Yeah. Alright. Oh, well, this is the co-main. Never mind. Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero versus Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro. What a match. Astro's going to beat Eddie, too. That is massive. Yeah, that's the co-main event, if I've ever seen one. Holy shit. Yeah, we'll put Wild Pegasus and Golden King next, as Wild Pegasus is going to get the win there. So a little 50-50 booking. Yeah, we'll put it there just to change it up a little bit. Brett and Van Dam against Johnny Smith and Steven Regal. Johnny Smith's going to beat Rob Van Dam. Regal and Bret Hart is something that... It's crazy that, of course, they never got to wrestle each other because they were like two ships in the night. They just passed each other. Boy, that would have been an awesome match. Man, that could have happened too, because when he was the real man's man, I thought that was 97, but now I'm thinking about it, I think that was 98. Yeah, they just missed each other. Fuck, that would have been awesome, though. Regal and Brett. That would have been sick. Well, yeah, I think we'll put it there. So yeah, and then this will be the undercard. So we'll have British Combat Club versus the Can-Am Crew. The second part of this, as far as having the Can-Am Crew get the win this time, is Doug's going to beat Doug. Doug Furnace is going to beat Doug Williams. And then Ogawa and Rey Mysterio Jr. Poor Ogawa just keeps on losing. As Rey's going to beat him. Yeah, I could see why he's fierce about that one, but listen. We gotta try to make a star here, as far as with Rey Mysterio Jr. Yeah, we're going to change some of the time around a little bit, cut down some time off that. Yeah, there we go. Good call. We'll bump one more minute on that. Alright. So yeah, I think we can go to Kanto if we want. That's cool. Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. Yeah, we'll sell at Komozawa Gymnasium. That's kind of cool. Yeah, we could almost run there. Yeah, let's run the Yokohama Cultural Gymnasium. Why not? Damn near a sellout. It's going to be a pretty big card. Yeah, 73 for the opener. So Rey Mysterio Jr. already in the 60s. Fucking, he's worked like 5 matches. And he's already in the 60s. Yeah, that sounds about right. As he gets to win the Mysterio Rana in 940. 79 for the next matchup. It's the Can-Am Crew getting the win this time around with Doug Furnace and Lance Storm beating Norman Smiley and Doug Williams. Really good matchup, though. Damn near even. Just slightly better is the Lance Storm Doug Furnace team. That went pretty well. 77. For Los Bravado and the Death Squad. Psychosis with a guillotine leg drop over Chris Jericho, though, in 940. So yeah, Shamrock, Jericho, Candido. Good ratings there. And even for Damian Psychosis and Vampiro. That was a hell of a match. Got the crowd buzzing, too. 74. For Brett and Van Dam against Regal and Johnny Smith, yeah. Right decision there. It's Regal and Johnny Smith beating the Bret Hart Van Dam team. 79 for Wild Pegasus and Golden King. It's Wild Pegasus with the win in 20 minutes. Good little matchup there. 76 for the New World Order versus the BWO. It's Vader pinning Scott over the Vader Bomb. That would have probably shook the fucking ring on that one. I've been a 10 on the Richter scale as a 94 for this banger here in Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro against Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero. The Astro Scissors from Super Astro in 2021. What a win. What a match. Brilliant shit. Fucking brilliant. An 85 for the main. Jumping Spike DDT from Jin Hashimoto over to Takeo Omori. Worst guy in the match. Loses to one of the best guys on the other team. Not the best, though. Kawada and Masawa tying for the best rating there with an 89. Not a bad match. Not a bad match at all. Kind of curious to see what's going on with, is everybody holding back? Yeah, it's fine. Very hot crowd, though. I would say damn near nuclear. That's definitely, as far as from a card perspective, I think that's been one of the best tour shows of this episode. Some good shit there. Some good shit there. Damn, so yeah, we just, we're at the tail end here. We've done it, as far as, we just have the one more show, or rather, 2 more shows. We're riding high. We're just going to keep this good momentum going. Alright, before we run Night 10 here, everyone at Wembley Stadium, please keep a wood chipper away from Nigel McGuinness. I swear to God. I can't. Unreal. Sucks. I don't think I was going to bring in Nigel, obviously, but I did have him shortlisted, though, now I think about it. Yeah, I did sign him. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, he was in either... So yeah, I sent him a Smoky Mountain, that's right. Thanks a lot, Cornette. Yeah, dick. Unreal. Who would have thought? As far as... Yeah, for this show, though, we get... So, listen, we've been building up Rey Mysterio Jr., now he's going to take on a big test, though, in Ultimo Dragon. That's going to be an awesome match to run. Hopefully they have a chemistry boost, but we'll see. Main event, though... you can't go wrong with Masao and Jun Akiyama against the Holy Demon Army there. Taue's going to beat Jun Akiyama. Yeah, I'm for it. I am for it. Then, Fuchi and Tanaka against Kensuke Sasaki and Liger. Didn't pick a winner in this one. We'll go Kensuke over Tanaka, but that's a awesome match. I love it. That's a great little main and co-main. Yeah, then we'll throw Ultimo Dragon and Rey Mysterio Jr. on the card. So yeah, Dragon's gonna beat him. Makes sense. It's Chono and Sasuke against Kenta Kobashi and then Brad Armstrong. So Chono and Sasuke are a bad team, so that's why we're gonna have this be a steal of the show matchup, as Chono's gonna beat the junior champion and Brad Armstrong. So we got Los Bravano and the Death Squad. Yeah, this is definitely the six-man match, as far as Vampiro and Johnny Ace in that one, as far as Vampiro beating Johnny Ace. But yeah, with Steve Williams, Johnny Ace, and Ken Shamrock, I love it. As we'll go the Cosmic King Dragons, which is going to be obviously Dragon Kid, Golden King, and Super Astro, as they are going to take on the Fantastics. And so this is Steel Show matchup set 2. We'll just have that be a regular match. Dragon Kid going to get the win in 10 minutes there, so we're going to finally have him get a win. TTS versus El Samurai, Weldon Wilkins Jr., Hayabusa, and Jinsei Shinzaki. As, Timon Honda going to beat Wellington Wilkins Jr., which, again, he is unhappy about that one. Then Johnny Smith and Dave Taylor against the Can-Am Jr. crew, the Can-Am Jr. Express, as the British Combat Club getting the, wow, they're not getting the win. How about that? We're going to have Lance Storm beat Dave Taylor. Huh. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, let's have Johnny Smith beat Lance Storm. I get what I was trying to do, since Johnny Smith had just beaten Van Dam, but yeah, he should probably beat Lance Storm too. Yeah. So yeah, we have that as the opener for now. I think that's the right call, to be honest. Well, yeah, let's have this be the opener. There we go. Yeah, it makes a little bit more sense. Should be a hell of a show, though. I think we got a pretty good show lined up. Alright, Nagata City Gymnasium here. Let's run it. 73 for the opener. Yeah, Dragon Kid, worst guy in the match, but hey, he didn't get a win. Gets the one with the Dragon Rana. I love that fucking Dragon Rana. It was so cool. Especially the way Dragon Kid did it. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, someone could, like, do that now, and it'd still be, like, a cool finish just because it's a crazy feat of strength. From not only... Because, really, the guy who's taken that is the one that's doing all the cool shit. When you think about that. That's why I say it's an incredible test of strength, because to catch him and then flip like that is pretty crazy. I know Ricochet, he was phenomenal at taking it. That's really the one that always blew my mind. But yeah, it's a hell of a move to take. Whether it's the springboard one or it's the one from the top rope. But yeah, that's a fun opener though. 70 for the next matchup. Lance Storm, Rob Van Dam. Coming up short against Johnny Smith and Dave Taylor. I think that's the right call though. They're a good little team though, the old Can-Am Junior Express, because they have that tag team specialist bonus. They're almost in the 60s. So they're coming along quite nicely. 80 there for TTS versus El Samurai, Wellington Wilkins Jr., Hayabusa, and Jinsei Shinzaki. Yeah, I just felt like that'd be a fun way to build up that junior tag team title matchup. Hayabusa was the best guy in the match. Timon Honda, though, beating Wellington Wilkins Jr. is massive. He gets a 60, 71 for Wilkins Jr. It's funny, he's been someone that's been here forever, that's been super over because he's worked elsewhere. And we still have him put over, guys. It's great. Damn, Shamrock strains his wrist. That's a tough break. Still did pretty well, though. 76 for him. And Vampiro with a nail in the coffin over Johnny Ace. Johnny Ace is not doing that bad. I feel like he's improved somehow. It's weird. I feel like he's... Maybe it's just because everybody else is getting to his level, so it just feels like... Maybe that's it. I'm not sure, but... That's a pretty good matchup there. It just sucks that Shamrock strains his wrist. A 79 here. So yeah, even with the zero chemistry, just from Kobashi and Armstrong and Chono, it can still be a pretty good matchup as Chono with the STF over Brad Armstrong. Yeah, obviously the established team, or the established, unit in the NWO beating the champion and challenger there for Brad Armstrong and Kobashi. As an 80 for Ultimo Dragon and Rey Mysterio Jr., yeah. Bit of a banger. No chemistry or anything like that, but yeah, that match rules. 82. Damn, We get a cracked ribs from Kensuke Sasaki. Yeah, just nothing going right here. So that sucks. So now that All Asia 6-man matchup is not going to go over so well. That fucking sucks. Kensuke Sasaki, though, gets the one with the Northern Lights bomb. It was a fun match, though. Just sucks about the cracked ribs. 87 for the main event as Akiyama and Masawa losing to Taue and Kawada. Very, very close, though. Even, Jun Akiyama and Masawa is not a bad team by any means. Not a bad team at all, but Powerbomb no Dao Otashi combination onto Jun Akiyama. That's a great main event. Again, great little card. I think you can definitely tell that this roster has just been fully fleshed out at this point. We can have something on the undercard with some junior matches that deliver, and just everything's flowing so nicely. Yeah. I think it's set up to where, honestly, for those who take over the save, you're going to be in a really good spot because just everybody's still relatively young. Obviously, you have a next generation coming up, but you could still have the guys in the 2000s still have great matches. It's going to be. It should be a fun little save for you to carry the baton. Because, just the way things are going, it's looking good. And, no mercy. Speaking of, WWF pay-per-views, just kind of want to see what they're doing. Yeah, Hogan and Taker. Fuck. is perfect in Earthquake. That's the one thing, though. It's obviously still just, it's 1992 WWF, but just with the Attitude Scratch logo and whatnot. But yeah, it's crazy. Michaels was doing really well, but I don't really see him on here. Dark Patriot. Who the hell is the Dark Patriot? Oh, it's Doug Gilbert. Or I guess it could be Tom Davis. It's Beef Burton. Interesting. Interesting there. Alright, so yeah, the final tour show is upon us. Let's run it. Alrighty, the final tour show is here. So get a backstage incident. Stan Hansen passing on tips on microphone work to Abyss. As, with this show, as far as I think the main event, probably will be this New World Order, Holy Demon Army, plus Brett Armstrong, this big-ass 10-man, as we will have Sasuke beat Brad Armstrong. So again, Brad keeps on losing, which is not great, but just from the sense of, chemistry and whatnot, it makes sense that the actual unit, again, beats. It's damn near the same unit, as far as, 4 out of the 5 being in a unit together is, at least, you could have realistically done it, I guess, but I like it, though. I like that it's literally 3 matches into one, though. That's what really piqued my interest, for sure. It just sucks, again, that Kensuke is going to be injured. So we have Headhunter B and Johnny Ace, which Headhunter B will be beating Johnny Ace, and then Steve Williams and Vampiro, which will probably be the co-main, actually, is we're going to have Steve beat Vampiro. The reason why Headhunter A is not involved, mainly because I think this is going to be a better match, but also feel like that's the best case scenario, to not have him not use up all of his appearances, because I think he has 1 left, actually, so yeah, this is now not going to be a thing, as far as Los Bravano and the Death Squad. I'm not sure what the fuck the thinking was there. We can make it a 6-man, though, potentially. I forgot to turn that down. So we can at least, let's just leave that for now. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that one. As, now we got the Dragons versus Ultimo Dragon and Dean Malenko. As, we're gonna have Ray beat Dragon Kid there. So that's just a fun idea, to maybe potentially have Ray team up with those guys. Because, boy, what a stable that would be, though. Having Pegasus, Malenko, Eddie, and Ray. That's... Talk about a pretty solid unit. Golden Cosmic Kings and Los Guerreros. So, this is going to give Golden King a win over Chavo. Mainly, to give them a win since they lost to the previous matchup we just added. Walter Wilkins Jr. with Hideki Ozaki and Satoru Ozako against the World Class A-Holes. Takayama's going to get the win there. Flair and Muhammad Yone, yes. The dream match that everybody wanted, as Flair going to get the win in that one. And yeah, we're definitely not going to do that 8-man. I guess, honestly, yeah, we'll go with a 6-man. If we can. So we'll go Shamrock with, we'll just go ahead and, there we go, drop it down. So, we'll have Damien. We could probably do Damien Sikosa's La Parka. And then Shamrock, Jericho, and Candido. So yeah, this actually worked out pretty well. All things considered. Give it 10 minutes. Shamrock beating Damien. Yeah, that's fine. Fine by me. Oh, and we gotta add it. Whoops. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's probably gonna go after that. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So, yeah, the final tour show. We've ran damn near everywhere already, so we're just kind of looking to see. It looks like it's gonna be the Walk-Up Fractal Gym here. The final night. 57 for the opener. His boy, Ric Flair. Funny enough, I just felt like we needed him to get a win at some point during this save, so there you go. Gets a win. Again, we're just having him to make trades with WCW. It's the weirdest little contract ever. I mean, not a bad little 6-man matchup. That did better than expected. As, Takayama submitting, Satoru Osaka with the rear naked choke. 78 for the 6-man of Los Pravanos Death Squad. Shamrock tapping out Damien with the ankle lock. Yeah, not bad at all. Boy, that Death Squad is something else, though. And 80 for Golden King and Super Astro against Chavo and Eddie. Yeah, just Chavo again. Not on the same level as everybody else, taking the fall. It's 82 for Rey Mysterio Jr. and Dean Malenko against Ultimo Dragon and Dragon Kid. Yeah, I mean, that's a fun match. And that delivered. For fucking sure. An 82 here for Headhunter B and Johnny Ace. Diving leg drop from Headhunter B in 20 minutes. Not bad at all. And Steve Williams and Vampiro, a banger. 92 there as Doc gets the win with the Doctor Bomb. In our main event, a 95. As far as Kensuke Sasaki's injury taking a big toll, but it doesn't matter because everybody else in this matchup is on fire. Sasuke pinning Brad Armstrong with a Thunderfire powerbomb. Will that be the same fate for Brad at the final show? We shall see. Yeah, I mean, fuck, there's so many talented guys in that matchup. And Kensuke, if Kensuke wasn't hurt, that could have been one of the craziest 10-mans ever, but alas, it is what it is. I love that match, though. Listen, there's not a lot of people that be like, man, that 10-man tag is awesome, but the fact that it's 3 matches building up into one, I love that. You can't beat that, and that's exactly what you want to try and achieve, at least in my opinion. Obviously, there's not an exact way to do this. Everybody's up to their own interpretation of how you want to build up to your final shows. But yeah, as far as that tour, 11 days in, 11 days out, a couple of injuries, but luckily nothing too serious. That strained wrist was, Shamrock I think was out for like 2 days. He's a fucking warrior. And yeah, on to the final show. So, in fact, the Can-Am crew, that 8-man that we fucked up by having Los Bravano listed twice, because they have the All-Asia Tag Team title matchup, they're taking on the Super Generation Army on that final show. It will be, obviously, all of the Can-Am crew, but they're taking on Akiyama, Takeo Mori, Koji Kanemoto, and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi. So that's going to be a pretty solid 8-man, to be honest. And yeah, on to the final show we go. Alrighty, the final show here of the episode, the October Giant Series. So, we have also CBS Nippon TV, but we could go with a pay-per-view as well, which I think I'm going to try and do. So, we'll have Dish Network, we'll have Bell TV, and it'd be nice if we could do CBS. I figured we couldn't. So yeah, CBS, even though we love them, it's just not really necessary for what we're trying to do right now. I'm trying to get some money off a pay-per-view, and just to see, if it's better or worse than running CBS is kind of the big thing there. But the backstage incident is Ultimo Dragon passing on tips on selling to his protege Dragon Kid. So yeah, obviously a major main event, major co-main event. As far as the Tokyo Dome for this one, 42,000 on hand. Boy, oh boy. So yeah, we got Kobashi and Chono as the co-main, and the main event, Kawada and Misawa. Kawada will, in fact, beat Misawa here. So just think back, boy oh boy. I mean, a trip down memory lane. The second, main event that we ever booked, Misawa and Kawada, for the Triple Crown title, which Misawa won and retained as far as the last time. And then, they didn't really touch for a hot minute, because obviously we want to make sure it's, well, as I say, that October to March is, they have the rematch. Champion Arnold matchup 99 there, which, as far as there. So, Misawa's 1-1. Kawada has had a draw, so it's 0-1-1. Then Kawada beats him after the time limit draw. As far as, so there it's now 1-1-2. When we're almost at 95. And then Misawa beats him for the heavyweight title of summer of 95. So 2-1-2. At least that's just singles matches. God only knows when you combine it. Another draw. So as far as 2-1-3 between the two men. See what we keep on going. Then Misawa beats him for the heavyweight title there, 99. It's hard to believe, as far as 3, 1, and 3, if my math is correct. And now, with Misawa at least losing there, so Kawada, it's 3-2-3. Unreal. I think that's a good spot for it. To damn near be 50-50 across the board. Kawada wins, stops the reign of Misawa, which Misawa had a really good reign. Obviously the first one, when we, mimicked his real life reign, as far as having the belt from for such a long time. They have the Triple Crown title, but this has been the most successful Grand Heavyweight title reign. As far as he won the belt at the October Giant Series last year of Kobashi, and now he drops it to Kawada. As Kawada's second reign with the Grand Heavyweight title. So far, 3 of the 4 pillars have had 2 reigns with the Grand Heavyweight title. Just, Taue has not in fact had his first reign yet. And Kobashi not so fast, as Kobashi loses to Masahiro Chono there. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Because really with Chono, you know what now? Fuck it. Let's change both belts. Because Chono doesn't need it, right? He's had his one defense, 89-day reign, or 83-day reign, to be exact. Not bad at all. The reason why I want to go with this, though, is because Kobashi has never been the All-Asia Heavyweight Champion. And I think that'd be a fun little feather in the cap for him. So, yeah. Let's go Kobashi. Beats him. New All-Asia Heavyweight Champion. So, new champions in the main and co-main. I love it. And then, as far as before the co-main, we have, if I remember correctly, kind of forget the card layout. Yeah, it's the 6-man. Yeah, so where are they at? New World Order, Holy Demon Army. And we have new All-Asia 6-man Tag Team Champions, as Liger's going to beat Fuchi. What a banger. And we'll have Sasuke, Brad Armstrong, but we're going to have another title change here. No, we won't. Brad Armstrong's keeping the belt. Gets the win in 25 minutes. You'll love to see it. Headhunters versus Steve Williams and Johnny Ace. Of course, the Headhunters will be losing that one, as Headhunter A is going to lose to Steve Williams. So the All-Asia Tag Team titles keeping on Steve Williams and Johnny Ace. I think that's the right call. TTS and Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki. We have new Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions as TTS gets their first victory as being the first ever Junior Tag Team Championship reign for them. Well, Minoru Tanaka beat Jinsei Shinzaki. They had, Minoru Tanaka and Shinichi Funaki, they beat them the first time they ever faced up against each other. Back in 94 of the October Giant Series. And to think, fast forward 5 years later, damn near, you have the match for the junior heavyweight tag team titles, and they in fact repeat history. Huge win, huge victory for them. It's funny, they've always had 66s when they work the October Giant series during the tour. But I think that's going to be a banger for sure. Then the Can-Am crew with the Super Generation Army. 8-man tag, Brett's going to beat Kikuchi. Should be a pretty good 8-man, to be honest. Kikuchi's very unhappy about that. What the fuck? You're losing to Bret Hart. Get it together. And then the Cosmic King Dragons taking on Wild Pegasus, Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, Chavo Guerrero Jr. as Dragon Kid beating Chavo Jr. So we're going to have it be a Steal the Show matchup, but we're going to try and put it at 16 minutes to see what's going to happen. I might have fucked it, but we got to have it be 20 minutes. You know, I want this card to be the best it possibly can be. I want that 100 so fucking badly. I think it's going to happen, though, with this. Let's run it. 81. Fuck, it's still too short. Brutal. But hell of a match, though. Hell of a match here. It's got the crowd buzzing. Show off the strong start. Eddie, Dean, Ultimo Dragon, all in the 90s. Yeah, just Chavo. Man, Dragon Kid with a 66. That is crazy. Yeah, Chavo's just the drizzling shits. I've come to that conclusion. But yeah, what a win. What a match. Boy, that really even exceeded my expectations. So an 89 for the 8-man. It's Brett and the Can-Am crew get the win over the Super Generation Army. They were the better team, the Super Generation Army, but Brett's the bigger star, so go figure. But yeah, I think that's the right call, all things considered. Sharpshooter win for Brett over Kikuchi. It's a 95 from TTS over Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki. They almost outperformed him. Very, very impressive. Minoru Tanaka with a roundhouse kick over Jinsei Shinzaki. I love it. Love it. 96 from the Headhunters versus Steve Williams and Johnny Ace. Steve Williams getting the win there over Headhunter A. And yeah, the right call. Better team gets the win. And all around, that was a fun win. It was a fun performance for them. That's their third defense. So they're the champions going into the Real World Tag League. Damn. Back injury fucks us here. That sucks. But Brad retains at least. Side Russian leg sweep. Just sucks. Chronic upper back pain. That is brutal. And Sasuke, who caused it. Oof. Probably a Thunderfire powerbomb. Just got all back on the bump and fucked them. What a 99, though. How about that? And I was nervous about this one with the injury, but still. Everybody performs to a high level. Taue, worst guy in the match. How about that? And besides Kinsuke Sasaki, obviously. But yeah, I think this was the right call. And really the idea with this was, his third time's the charm for Kinsuke Sasaki. He's always been there. As far as he's worked his ass off fighting at the Holy Demon Army for all this time since they've been champs, and finally gets it done with Kaiji Muto, Jushin Liger. And how about that, though? As far as what a win for them, as far as getting the belts, because the NWO, they were looking really good for a hot minute. And then, as far as junior tag champs dropped the belts, Sasuke's dropped the belt now, and now he's looking for it again, but he loses, though. And now we see Kobashi beat Masahiro Chono in the co-main event, Brainbuster, over 30-minute matchup. What a win. Right decision, I think. Could have went either way, obviously, but I think Kobashi getting the win makes more sense than a 99 here. For the main event, couldn't get 100, huh? Don't know about all that, but Kawada gets the win with the Kawada driver over Mitsuo Amasawa. What more can you say? That hasn't already been said about that main and co-main. 98. Unreal. Still couldn't even get a 99 or something. That injury just sucks, man. That 76. Brad doesn't get hurt. This is easily one of the best cards ever, but it is what it is. Is what it is. Putting over Kawada, putting over Masawa, and giving a hug. Well, nah. Maybe not giving a hug to Chono. Trying to think who else to put over. Oh, let's go Liger. Why not? Haven't praised him in a while. Big shit. Yeah, we'll go Kobashi. We'll praise the new champs. But what a show. What a show. Will that be better than All In? I would say that would probably be better than All In, yes. But I hope you guys enjoy that show, though. And, as far as everyone across the pond, maybe the show itself has maybe not the best build. I think it's going to deliver a lot better, obviously, for those that are going to be there. Who cares about the build? You guys are going to have a great time. As far as I just hope nothing bad happens. Just the way this week is going, God, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, that will do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. I don't think Punk's gonna fight anybody or anything, but I don't know. I think the an all-in brawl that would be just the shit. I don't think so though, because yeah, I mean Joe and Punk, that is gonna be fun to see that in front of 80,000 people. I'm not sure about the rest of the card though, but I'm sure it'd be fine. There'll be some Terry Funk tributes, I'm sure, throughout the matches. So that's going to be fun. Fun to see. And so, yeah, that will do it for episode 72 in the books. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.